Have you read the book, Girl, Wash Your Face? What an amazing book. I love Rachel Hollis. And today I came up with my own version called Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. Join me today as we present part 1 of a series talking about how to change what we say about ourselves, how to change that inner dialogue that can be so negative, and change our lives for the better. Welcome to the Julie Tussey Show. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby. Giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Julie Tussey Show. How are you? We've been doing pretty good. We got a lot of things going on. I'm going to be shooting 2 episodes of the cooking show this weekend, Sunday, I believe it's the 10th of February as this is recorded. And I'm really excited about that. That's going well. We also are working on some great podcast ideas for you. I'm putting together a program on perimenopause and menopause, which seems to be a really hot topic for women. I have a good friend named Sam who's going to come in and talk to me about it because we ran into each other in Meyer and started talking about it, and it just seems like so many women are just blindsided or sideswiped by the symptoms of perimenopause, which come on way earlier than we expect. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to do an entire series for you, so definitely subscribe. Hey, if you get a chance, leave a good review. That helps us with our listenership. We're so grateful to be on iHeartRadio, so shout out to them, and iTunes, and gosh, it seems like just so many different places. Also, quickly wanted to remind you, we have a new product line. We have beautiful earrings that are one-of-a-kind. Some of them are one-of-a-kind pieces. Some are leather made, some are handmade, and it is doing so well. The store is. We have beautiful scarves. Spring is coming. You're going to want to have some beautiful scarves, and they're like a silky fabric, but they're lighter. They're just gorgeous. We're going to be adding some other things. I have a doctor coming in to talk with me about something as we're going to launch a new product for you. Also, let's see, what else do I have? Oh, body bars. That's right. If you're looking for something with essential oils, we designed our own fragrances. There's like coconut oil and essential oils in these soaps, and they smell good and they feel even better. They're amazing. So go check that out at thejulietusseyshow.com/shop. That's right, sister. I said shop. So today I had something in mind that I wanted to talk about. I've been reading this book called Pep Talk by Terri, Savelle, Foy. And man, it is just really, really helping me. We talk a lot about becoming who you were created to be, about dream your dream, you're never too old, don't give up, all these kinds of encouraging subjects on the Julie Tussey Show. And that's really been the purpose, on top of doing some fashion and glamour and some funny things. That's really my purpose when I do the podcast. So you all know that I worked for about 4 years trying to lose weight, I guess 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I actually lost some weight. And that was because I was starting to do it with maintenance in mind. And you've heard Heather Robertson. I think she was just on a couple episodes ago. Go back and listen to her. You can search her. She's been on 3 times. She's amazing. We get our official fitness coach, Jason Leanarts, to come on. And he talks with us. And so I lost the 24 pounds, and then I started maintaining. I went on maintenance for the holidays, and I believe in taking maintenance breaks. And that's another whole podcast we'll do for you. But
just take a week or two and do maintenance and practice maintenance, because once you lose the weight, you have to keep it off. And so you have to learn what you can do to keep it off. So as that's gone on, I've not been able to get off maintenance until recently, and I'm almost down. I'm just a pound or a little less down, almost down to my 24-pound mark, which I had lost. So I kind of have been struggling for a year, and as a result of that, I've been looking inward more. You know what I mean? And I've realized that the battle is truly in my mind. So I wanted to call this podcast, Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. That's why I'm reading this book, Your Pep Talk, by Terri Savelle Foy. And there's a chapter in here that I'm going to read a little bit of it to you, but she teaches on how our words have power. Now, I believe what the Bible says, and it doesn't matter, I don't know what you believe, and it's okay. But I believe that there's principles that are set in place, and they're going to work no matter whatever you do, they're going to work. And one of them is that I believe that my words have power. And so I've been thinking a lot about how we, especially as women, as we age and we go through these things, we begin to have these negative self-thoughts. Maybe we've had them our whole life. So we begin to have these negative self-thoughts. And I truly believe that whatever you believe in your heart about yourself or your life, that is what you're going to have. So I've been examining myself and doing some self-examination. And, a lot of times I think that I would call it chatter in our minds. It's like a record or a broken record in our mind that just goes over and over and over. And we're not even conscious of it a lot of times. So I want to break that. In my mind. So I have been paying attention to what I'm thinking, and I'm trying to catch when I think this negative thought, oh, you'll never be a success. You'll always be a failure. You can't lose weight no matter how hard you try. Your metabolism is too slow. Whatever it is, that's going through my mind. I try to catch that and I try to stop it. So I began to read this book, and I was so reminded of what I used to do all the time in my 20s and 30s. And that is something called positive declarations or positive affirmations. And I did some research, and I found a lot of really good information. So I think this is going to end up being somewhere between a 2-part and a 4-part series for you here on the Julie Tussey Show. So, girl, wash your mouth out. In other words, we have got to learn not to repeat what we are thinking inside. And so if we shouldn't be repeating that, what should we be saying? Because there truly is life-changing power when you say things and when you say things out loud. So let me read this. This is from her book. She calls this Your Fitness Pep Talk. And she talks about different areas of your life, your finances, and different things and what, she believes. But there was a really good story in here. She says, the tongue of the wise promotes health, and that's Proverbs 12:18. Does your mouth have anything to do with your body size? Of course. But most people focus more on what's going in their mouths without any regard to what's coming out of their mouths when it pertains to weight loss and physical health. I heard one medical doctor say that telling yourself, I'll never lose weight, has as much damage as eating a whole bag of chips. All right, let's stop there. Don't say it. If you're going to gain that much weight, don't say it. It's better just to eat the chips, right, than to say it. So as you're reading this book, you might even be saying positive declarations don't work for weight loss, which is a declaration in itself. Consequently, it is working in your life. What if you put as much focused attention on what's coming out of your mouth as what's going in your mouth in order to reach your fitness goals? I believe you'd reach your ideal physical weight much quicker. I know I did. There's an old adage that states, if you tell me the truth, I'll believe you. If you tell me a fact, I'll listen. If you tell me a story, I'll remember. I want you to read the stories throughout this book of people just like you and me who grabbed a hold of the truth, the biblical truth that the power of life and death is in the tongue. Many of these people may or may not have even known that biblical reference behind it, but they still saw results by changing their words. I love that because I'm telling you, it works. I have proven it in my own life, and I'm getting back to it, and I'm going to see some amazing changes in my life because I'm going to begin to speak what I want. Okay, not what I have, not what I think I'm going to have, not what I fear I'm going to have, but what I want. Read this amazing story of weight loss through a personal pep talk. In his book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, author Shad Helmstetter tells of when he was overweight and struggling with weight loss for most of his life. He tried every possible diet and said all the wrong things to himself, thinking his weight problem would never go away. Anybody can say that they've done that? Yep, me. He would diet, lose weight, gain it all back, plus more. Try another diet and repeat the process. During his struggle, he began studying self-talk. He learned how some professional athletes competing in the Olympics had full-time self-talk trainers who literally gave them new messages about themselves and their potential to win. Woo! I want one of those. So here he's beginning to study self-talk, and he sees this. I have to read that again. He learned how some professional athletes competing in the Olympics had full-time self-talk trainers who literally gave them new messages about themselves and their potential to win. Helmstetter thought to himself, if Olympic athletes can have full-time self-talk trainers to help them win gold medals, then what about the Olympics of weight loss? I love that. With that, an idea emerged. He spent months writing his own affirmations and positive declarations over his weight loss, and then he audio recorded himself reciting them. So he's not only saying them, but he recorded them so he could hear them. I decided to listen to them, he said, playing self-talk in the background while I was shaving each morning. Said Helmstetter, every morning I would shave, play the self-talk, shave, play the self-talk morning after morning. He repeated the process. During the next 10 and a half weeks, I lost 38 pounds shaving and playing self-talk in the background. And this time, I wasn't on a diet, declares Helmstetter. The equally remarkable fact is that during the same 10 and a half weeks of intentionally listening to his own personal pep talk each morning and losing weight in the process, Helmstetter's wife, who was putting on her makeup each morning at the same time, lost 25 pounds eavesdropping on his pep talk. That was over 20 years ago, and I've never been on a diet since, says Helmstetter. I changed the program that caused the problem in the first place. Your words create your reality. If you want to reach your fitness goals and enjoy your life, rather than be consumed with every calorie and tormented over food decisions, then become extremely disciplined in what you speak over your physical body. According to behavioral psychologists, as much as 77% of your self-talk is negative or working against you, and it takes as many as 20 positive statements about yourself to counteract one negative personal declaration. The human brain can be compared to a computer. Once information is imprinted, the only way to change it is to erase it or replace it. Our minds work the same way with whatever information we have fed it or pre-programmed into it through our senses, our thoughts, and the words we hear from ourselves and others. Oh, I love this book. It's amazing. So the bottom line is, and I have done this before. I don't think I've ever shared with any of you, but I had when I started going through perimenopause really severely, I started getting severe anxiety. I'd never had it in my life. And I had to do some study. And as I studied, I found an article, and I wish I still had it. This was a long time ago. But I found an article that said that as a thought goes around in your brain, the cells in your brain actually form a shape. They actually form a shape. So let's say, I know they're not circular, but let's say that this oval cell is more circular. And it forms this shape, and that is what creates your thought pattern. So, and anxiety is cyclic, where it's generated from your thoughts in your mind, and it's something that can be controlled through modification of your behavior. So this article went on to say that if you will imagine when that thought comes into your mind, if you will imagine a stop sign and catch it, don't just let it be in your subconscious, but catch this thought and stop it. So if the thought is, My life is terrible. My life is terrible. My life is terrible. It's over. It's over. It's over. Whatever your negative thought is that you're having with anxiety, I'll never lose the weight. I'll never lose the weight. No matter what I do, I'll never lose the weight. And this pattern is in there. This article said that scientifically they have proven that if you will see a stop sign and catch that thought and then replace it with, I am my perfect ideal weight, or my life is great. Things are going to get better. My life is great. Things are going to get better. And they said that they scientifically proved that as a person took the negative thought and rethought a replacement thought that was positive, that the cells in the brain again changed shape, and that became the subconscious thought that went around and around and around in your mind. And I'm telling you, I did that and it worked. I have proven that it works. Is it easy? No, it is not easy. But I will tell you what is easy. What is easy is to begin to take a notebook or find a book that has things that you want to repeat, but find out what it is that you want in life. If you want to lose weight, you want to be healthy, you want to be fit, for example, take a notebook and write out what it is that you want. And instead of saying, oh, my metabolism is slow, I can never lose weight, I want you to begin to say with me what I'm doing. I am at my ideal weight. I do not have issues with food. I have peace in my life over food. I can do anything I put my mind to. I am going to be. And I'm going as far as speaking what I want for my future professionally, with my family, who I want to be. So instead of talking what's going on in the middle of my life, good or bad, I'm talking what I want, and I'm talking like I already have it. And that is what a positive declaration or affirmation is. And if you want to go further and support it with scripture or something that some scientific proof that you have, you can go on and even say that. But just get up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror if you want to, and just begin to say, you know what, I'm awesome. I'm great. I can do this. I'm a great mom. I'm a great wife. I'm a great educator. I'm a great whatever your career is. And begin to replace the words that are in your mind. You will begin to believe that. There is so much scientific proof, and I'm going to include that in other podcasts, but there's so much scientific proof that what you say over and over and over to yourself is what you're going to have. So if you have stuff right now, it's because of what you believe in your heart, what you say, what you think. And if you want something different, you have to change. You have to change that. And I mean, don't do anything crazy and say things that you absolutely know in your heart you never would. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be a go-kart driver who's a racer who's the best in the nation, don't talk about those kinds of things, but talk about you. In your heart, there's a dream. There's a purpose for you being here. There's a reason for you being here. Every person on the earth has a reason and a purpose. And be it big or small, there's something so valuable about you. So take the time today and, girl, wash your mouth out and replace your words with something better. Thank you so much for listening to the Julie Tussey Show today. We appreciate you. We appreciate your input. I wanted to give a shout out to Jennifer Woods at Savelle Salon and Spa in Lexington. She does lash extensions, and oh my gosh, she is amazing. I cannot believe how much less makeup I have to wear with my beautiful lashes from Jennifer. And you can see them on Instagram. If you go on the Julie Tussey Show on Instagram, you can actually see them. They are amazing. I love it. I love it. So go see Jennifer in Lexington at Savelle Salon and Spa. Give her a shout out, and you can follow her on Instagram too. Then I also wanted to thank Holly at Feather and Blade in Lexington, Kentucky. She's an amazing girl. I've shared with you before that she once a year she will tattoo areolas on women who have had full mastectomies or problems with breast cancer, and they need some help in that area. And along with that, she does, I think it's called microblading. And what that is that's where you get your eyebrows. And they're not tattooed. It's really not tattooing, but it's similar. And so sometimes as you get older, you lose your shape. You have areas with no hair growing in them, and they look funny, and you have to spend a lot of time. So give her a shout and go let her know that Julie sent you, and show her some appreciation for what she's doing in our community also. This is Julie Tussey telling you, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest.
Hi, this is Marilyn. I'd love for you to go and subscribe to the Julie Tussey Show Fabulous Cooking on YouTube.com/C/TME-TV.
Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. Tussey Homes Incorporated would like to thank you for listening to The Julie Tussey Show. If you're looking for a beautiful original design home in the Richmond, Kentucky area, please reach out to them at facebook.com/Tussey Construction. Tussey Homes, welcome home. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you, you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original suburban bombshell. Want to feel amazing, strong, and healthy any time of the day or night? Go to Get Fit in Richmond, Kentucky. Open 24 hours a day with memberships as low as $14.99 a month. Fitness on your schedule. Get Fit. I know you're the man I want to meet. Everything about you calls my name. If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.
Don't let the vision in your heart waste away. Don't let go of the dreams that I placed
Thank you so much again for listening to the Julie Tussey Show today. Please share us with your friends. And if you love the song you just heard, it's one of my originals off my An Awesome Hour album. It's called The Breath of God. You can search for me and find this song to download at cdbaby.com. Julie Tussey, The Breath of God.